So I often get the question, Tracey, how can I tell if someone likes me or not? So I thought, why not talk about it today? So let's find out how to tell if someone is into you. Here we go. All right, so how can you tell if someone is into you? Well, the main big way to tell if someone is into you or not is by their body language, because 93% of the way that we communicate is actually non-verbal. So kind of spotting their cues with their body language is the best indication of whether they like you or not. Now, I'm just going to let you know some of the things that indicate this, because there is so many. I could do a whole huge big video on body language, but I'm going to cover off just some of the top ones. So if someone turns themselves towards you to talk to you or to give you their attention, they're not kind of just like turned away and looking elsewhere, then that's an indication they're into you. I'm probably upsetting the camera by moving too much today. If someone leans in towards you, they're wanting to get closer to you in a way, or they're wanting to actually hear what you're saying, that is a good indication. For a woman, if she exposes her wrist, her softness, her vulnerability to you, then that's an indication, and she might be doing her hair like this or something to show you that part of her, and she doesn't actually know that she's doing this. It's not conscious, mind you. And for men, they can tend to kind of push their shoulders back, and particularly if they get their thumbs and hook it through their belt loops like that, that is actually an indication that they are into you. Not that they know that they're doing that, but that is a sign. So there's just a few little things to look out for in regards to their body language. Now, the next big thing, or could actually be the first really, it's very, very important, is eye contact. Eye contact is essential in telling if someone likes you or not. If they're kind of just, fleeting their eyes around the room, talking but not really looking at you, it's probably safe to say that they're not that into you, although there are people that do have trouble looking people in the eyes. And that might not mean that they're not that into you, they just feel very vulnerable or not safe enough to look at your eyes. And that's something that they need to have a little look at. But for me, eye contact is extremely important anyway. It's the way that we see someone. It's the way that we see into their soul. It's the way we pay attention. It's the way we can actually create intimacy, which is into me, I see. And that's by looking in the eyes. And if someone is actually really into you, they're going to be looking into your eyes and talking directly at you. And you'll find yourself, if you're perhaps not that into someone, you might be looking away and avoiding holding that eye contact. So that's a very good indication to tell whether someone's into you or not. Another good way of finding out if they're into you is that they will ask questions about you. They will want to find out more information, as much as they possibly can, about you. So if they're not asking you questions and just talking about themselves or general things, then they may not be that interested in you. But if they are asking you questions, what you do, what you're passionate about your day, about your family, about your friends, about your beliefs, about your values, anything like that, it means that they are really interested in you, because they want to find out all this important stuff. So that's another good indication. And some other things I've got jotted down here, which I better have a look at, is if they are finding an excuse to touch you and put their hand on you or do something like that. If they're not into you, they're not going to be putting their hands anywhere, but they might have some kind of excuse to move you over here or do something like that. Someone who likes you will find an excuse to touch you. If they try to close the gap between you, as I talked about before with the body language, leaning in or moving facing you or towards you, if they find some kind of way to close that gap between you, it means they want to be closer to you because they're attracted to you. If you catch the other person staring at you or looking at you or checking you out, That's generally an indication that they're checking you out. Maybe once might not be an indication because they might be checking out going, are they okay for me or not? But if you find them looking at you more than once, a few times, then they are attracted to you and they kind of dig you a little bit. And if, of course, sorry, I'm just reading off my list now too. If, of course, they talk about the future and they reference you in it somehow about going somewhere or doing something, then that's a good indication that they like you because they're perhaps already formulating in their mind things that they want to do with you. So that's a good sign as well. And of course, in the end, if you're unsure if someone likes you or not, you can always ask them. Some of you might go, no, I am not going to do that. But I always recommend at the end of the dates anyway that you tell someone where you stand, whether you like them or not, or whether you're interested in having another date with them or not. There's an easy way to find out. There's an easy way for playing no games and having it all up front. It's scary, I know, because there's a little bit of possible rejection there, but I'd rather know than not know, that's for sure. So you can always ask. So there are some of the things that you can tell if someone is interested in you or not. I hope that helps. But if someone is interested in you, then you've also got to find out or suss out if you are actually interested in them, because it has to be a two-way street, right? So I hope this has helped. Now, before I go, if you haven't already done my free masterclass on the 10 things that you can do right now to find the one, then I suggest you go and do it right now. It's a 52 minutes, so make sure you've got enough time to do it. Video on exactly that, 10 things you can do right now to find the one. I'll pop the link somewhere. You can go to my website, finallyfindtheone.com, and follow the prompts there and log in and watch it straight away. I highly recommend it. So, of course, I hope today's video has helped. And remember that even though there might be a little part of you that's given up on finding love, I know that you can and will find it. All right, bye now.